Hey, guys, if y'all could both address this, how are y'all a better team in year 2 under Sam Pittman? Where are you guys going to be better, guys?
I honestly could say just by how close we've gotten, like just the brotherhood of the team. Like we've all just, started linking arms together, offense, defense, special teams. We see each other brother. We outside of football, you see offensive players with defensive players hanging out, and you can just tell that it's a different environment.
Same thing, kind of what he said. We just kind of came closer as a team together, just doing activities together outside of football, I know DBs did a good job of just being with each other because we just try to build chemistry with the new guys and honestly the people that have been here, you can never get too close with somebody. And that's the same thing. It wasn't just DBs, it was receivers we were close with, quarterbacks, O-line, special teams. I think that's what's made us a lot better, not only on the field, but just a chemistry standpoint.
I guess both y'all look a little more muscled up than this time last year. How big a difference has it been to have the summer with Jamil Walker, and just how much is the team in better condition?
Honestly, as you can see, like we put our trust into the nutritionists and strength staff, and as y'all can see, it shows a bunch. We come in during the off season, we worked hard, running, lifting weights, it didn't matter. Numbers in bench press, squat, all that went up, and we just can't thank the strength staff enough.
Yeah, the strength staff put us through a lot this year. They tried to push to our limit, see if we would give out and who would step up to the challenge. And I think everybody did. For the most part, everybody was tentative. They were ready to go, and they were just ready for whatever came to them, And our nutritionist this year was she did a great job of just making sure everybody was on top of the nutrition, making sure everybody had everything they need. I know, we had more snacks than we ever had. Just the availability of having, and we weren't afraid to ask questions either. She was always giving us tips on things that we can do to help our bodies and help us live a better life. And everybody took that seriously. So the strength staff and nutrition was really good this year.
Hey, I guess for both guys, maybe Treylon, you could take us first. What do you guys see from Davion in the summer workouts? Sam says he's pretty healthy, but they may take it a little easy with him. Just wondering what you guys saw from him. And then secondly, has your all's weight changed? And if so, what do you guys weigh in now?
On the Davion question, he came in and worked hard just coming off that injury that he had last season. And you can tell that he wants it more, just that it's been his last year. And he's gotten bigger, he looks stronger, looks faster. And I just think it's going to be a good year for us. And then on the weight, I'm still at about 227, 225. And this is
Okay, well, but for Davion question, it was I really didn't work out with him because our workouts were split up in 3 groups, but just from hearing from the coaches and everything I've seen him doing, he's been a leader. He hasn't let the injuries stop him. He's come back, I think, stronger than ever, and hopefully I'll get to see that this year. But I think he's going to be just as good as he was, and he took workouts real seriously. He took his recovery real seriously, and you could see that this year. And I think he stepped up to the role of being, having an extra year to come back to be a true leader for this team and for the offense. And for my weight, I'm consistently around 195, 200, so about 5-6 pounds more than I was this past year.
Talk about your season, kind of your expectations for your season, and also what you've seen behind the other receivers, kind of, because there's some spots open there. Talk about that.
Honestly, I just want the team just to go out there and just play our hearts out, and everybody play for the team and not for themselves. And everything that everybody wants, it would happen. If it's to go to NFL, sets records, receiving records, running back records, all of that, and it just happened. And then what was the other question?
The other receivers.
With the other receivers, we have so much depth up in that room. It's incredible, and just to see how the freshmen are, picking up on the new plays and learning everything, and I just think it's going to be a pretty good year just to watch them ball.
Treylon, I was hoping I could ask you a little bit more specifically about a few players at wide receiver. Darren Turner, Ketron Jackson, he had the little brace on his knee, but he's a guy that was really highly regarded, and Bryce Stevens also.
Well, with Darren, it's still honestly, with all 3 of those, they're still freshmen, and, it takes time, just like it took time with me And, you know, it's just that work in progress. If they keep their head on straight and just work hard, you know, everything will happen. Y'all will see the skills that they can show us from high school to college, and, you know, just to keep working.
Continuing the faith that you guys had in KJ last year when he stepped up when he needed to, and heading into this year, how do you feel about him as the quarterback to help lead this team and you know, be a face for this Arkansas football team?
Honestly, with that, I'm 100% confident in KJ. You know, that's my boy, but basically like blood. And you know, for him to come in against in the Missouri game and show us what he could do, that just showed a lot of us. I know it showed the defense and the offense, you know, that he's capable of leading this team, and I'm 100% confident in him.
Just the way he came in last year off the situation, you know, just having, you know, just from the start of the year, you know, when Felipe came in, you know, it was like anybody could have been down and been like, oh, I thought this was my year, but he never had the attitude. He just came in ready to work and was just a sponge. I mean, he soaked in more information, tried to learn from Felipe and everything. When it was his time, he stepped up and he made plays and he showed that he can lead this team and gave everybody a glimpse of what he can be. So I'm 100%, you know, on board with KJ. You know, there's no ifing about that. And that's not just for him. You know, I think he's getting a run for his money from all the other quarterbacks as well, coming in as well. So it should be a good battle for sure. And, I mean, I think we have the quarterback room is going to be real good this year.
Treylon, I'm not sure how much you're on social media. Most guys your age are, but there's a lot of talk about you being the best receiver in the SEC. How does that make you feel to hear those kind of things? And then maybe, Kat, you could comment later on what it's like when he's running routes against you guys.
Honestly, you know, it's good to hear, but I still got a season to play ahead of me. Those are just, you know, assumptions that people have made on me to win and all these accolades to win, and I'm just like, well, I mean, I still got a season to play. So, I mean, it feels good to hear it, but I don't let it get to me, you know, so.
We the same, you know, we both humble, but I'll speak for him. I think he is. I mean, just seeing him in practice every day, seeing the things that he does, and you can tell that all DBs have a respect for him, because every time we do one-on-ones or something, we all want to go up against him. You know, it's almost like a challenge every single day, and that just shows you the respect and we have, and just the fact that we know that he's going to be one of the guys that makes us better. But it's not just him. Like he said, the whole receiving room is really good. You know what I mean? Like I think we have the weapons to be a really good receiving core this year from top to bottom. And I think everybody can step up and do their thing in their own way. But, you know, I know he's the leader of the group. But, I mean, I think there's guys like Jaquaylin, guys like Trey Knox, and Warren, who just came in. And I mentioned, I think my brother, you know, and I'm not being biased, just the way he stepped up this year and led as well. I think he's going to make some noise this year. Davion, you know, there's a lot of guys in that room I think that are going to step up and help us out. Timo, you know, so many.
One coach mentioned Warren Thompson, the transfer from Florida State. A lot of people don't know much about him. Can you kind of tell what you've seen from him, either one of you guys? I mean, you've probably seen him.
From Warren's, you know, I think Warren's he's about 6'6". He's pretty fast. You know, he can catch the ball. And honestly, I'm just ready to see him in fall camp, so I'll know, like, exactly who he is and see what type of player he is. That's just my standpoint from it.
He's a quiet guy, you know. I mean, he came in and he just wanted to do what he had to do for the team. You know, he wasn't this guy that was just trying to do too much. You know, he came in, had great workouts from what I saw, and when I see him run routes, you know, after practice and stuff, he looked really smooth. So I'm ready to see what he can do on the field and help this team out. But I can always respect a guy that likes to come in and just work and keep his head down. Can never not respect that at all. So.
The SEC Media Days poll, Arkansas was picked 6th in the West, which that's actually better, you know, than Arkansas has been picked 7th before that with some rough years. How do you guys feel about that? And a lot of it's probably just the reflection of how tough people think the West is going to be.
I'm not too worried about standings, what people say, what we're going to be. At the end of the day, you know, it's in our control what we can do, and we're just going to show people what we're about this year. You know, like I said, I'm not into the whole social media, what other writers write about the Arkansas Razorbacks. You know, at the end of the day, I know we got our offense. I know we got our defense. I know we got a head coach that's damn proud to be our head coach, and we're going to show that this year.
Yeah, just like he said, you know, we too much really don't worry about what people pick us to be. People picked us not to win at all last year. Who cares? We just go out and play for us and the Arkansas Nation, and I think that's all that matters to us.
Treylon, Jalen talked about you. I'll give you the honor of discussing the guy sitting to your right.
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, I can start off by saying when I run routes against, like, the defense and it's a team thing, I'm always looking out for Jalen because I'm not trying to be on that highlight tape of somebody getting knocked out or anything like that. So I kind of hold my water when I go across the middle. But, Jalen, I honestly seen Jalen the way he works on the defensive side of the ball. I try to mimic that on the offensive side and just, run around and lead the offensive side like I'm supposed to and just like he does. And, obviously he's a wonderful player, and I'm glad to have him on my team.
Guys, I'm curious with the year that Arkansas has had athletically, and I know you guys are friends with other student athletes and other teams, the success the baseball team, the basketball team, everyone has had. How more motivating is that for y'all? And y'all are ready to have football be a part of that list as well.
Honestly, when I was watching the basketball team, how they went from nothing to something so quick, it just made me think, like, why can't that be us? And I would always tell, like, certain of my receiver group and some of the old linemen, like, just look at them, like, that could be us. All we have to do is just put our head down and go to work and not worry about what the outside noise is saying, and, anything's possible.
I think our motivation is just seeing that, like seeing how much the fans were there and the atmosphere they got to live in. Those are moments that not everybody gets to live. So I'm like, that's the same thing he said. Like, why not us? You know what I'm saying? It's not just for us. We thought it's going to be something great for the fans. You know what I'm saying? People that put all this investment into us. You know what I mean? We got to put on something for them to give back. So, this year, that's why I think we're so motivated because we're trying to get back on the radar. Just let everybody know that what Arkansas football is supposed to be like. You know what I'm saying? So. I'm just excited for the season coming up with the boys and just try to get everybody back on board with us, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be an exciting year.
Jalen, last year you hadn't played much the year before and you were competing for a starting job and everything. Now you're kind of the leader of the secondary. Is it any different? Does this entering fall camp feel any different this year than compared to last year?
I always say that it's what you make it to be. You know what I'm saying? You can make it to where you feel like you have all the weight in your shoulders, or you can make it feel like it's just you're a little kid playing football, and that's how I treat it. It doesn't matter what year I am. I just treat it like it's just another game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's easier because I know I have a lot of weapons around me. Our DB room has grown so much this past summer and this off season, and I couldn't be more proud of them. So just to see their progression, and I thank that to Coach Odom and Coach Carter for preparing us, and just seeing that is like, I have nothing to do but to just play the game that I love. I can do that, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't just talk about our group, it's everybody, receivers grown, quarterbacks, O-line, the whole team as a whole has grown. So this year I just say that I'm just going to keep the same mindset I had last year. It was just do whatever I can to lead this team and just do my part, you know what I'm saying? I always say that it can't be one guy doing 11 things. It's 11 guys doing one thing. That's their job. So that's what we're going to focus on this year.
Jalen, your thoughts about what the NIL has done for college athletes and how you think it's going to play in the locker room? Is it something that you go into camp, let's don't talk about this, or how does that work? And then, Treylon, if you could address that too.
For me, I say it's a great opportunity, I think it's great for people to have the opportunity to make money off their name, you know what I'm saying? But I think what the team has done a great job of this whole thing was just making sure that it didn't impact our team and, people coming, not being focused, you know what I'm saying? We all have one goal, and that's to win this season, you know what I'm saying? So anything that tries to get in the way of that, that's not going to happen. I know for myself, I'm putting the team before any of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm making sure I'm present wherever I have to be at, where my feet are, that's where I'm going to be at, you know what I'm saying? All the other stuff can wait. I got bigger goals, and that's just to help this team win and make Arkansas proud.
And, yeah, I can say what he said, and it's just like, you can see from, like, I can use myself and him for example. like we didn't, once we got our NIL deals, you know, it was just, okay, we got that, but we still have a team right here too. And we didn't put that before the team. And so I just say, as from seeing it from from our standpoint, nobody has, you know, put the NIL things before the team. And that's good to see. And going in the season, knowing that nobody's worried about, oh, I got this much money, I got this much money. It's just going to make the team better by, you know, just attacking it like we do. So.
Well, this isn't a normal media day. There's usually 30 players or 35, but Coach picked you two. He must view you guys as leaders. Talk how much you've grown in that aspect as far as being leaders on the team.
Honestly, I can say, like, usually, like, my last 2 years, I usually wouldn't talk. I don't talk much. So, but I can say that I've started to, you know, speak louder, you know, address people that aren't, you know, if he's not giving more, hey, come on, like, give just a little more for this person that isn't, you know, that can't do it. So I can say, like, it has helped me by, like, I'm starting to lead more by talking, as I can say. So that's just how I'm leading.
Same thing as him. I'm the same way. I like to lead by example.
Right.
I wasn't this guy that was trying to talk or be this guy that was just trying to be voiced every single time something was happening. But I've never, you know, Coach sat me down and said, this team needs you to be, you know, just because he could see from his eyes that people would respond to me in a different way. You know, people would, like, hear my voice and listen, you know. So I started seeing that, especially towards this off season. And so I took that challenge of just being more vocal for the guys, you know what I'm saying? I'm a guy that just wants to do what the team needs, you know what I'm saying? So I knew that there were some guys that looked up to me and loved to hear me talk, you know, so I kind of made that a focal point to make sure I was out there talking, being communicative, you know, not only on things that were going wrong, but some good things, you know what I'm saying? I always say as much as you want to bring someone, you know, get on somebody, you got to build somebody as well. So I try to make that emphasis. I do both.
Three more. We got Bob, Tom, and Trey.
This for both guys. Treylon, maybe you can take it first. You know, it was a normal spring. You know, pretty much normal summer. Hopefully, it'll be a normal fall. How much, you know, more excited or better do you guys feel going into this season? There was so much uncertainty this time a year ago.
Honestly, just knowing, like, that we've all been able to get vaccinated, and that helping us. We're not really. I mean, we're still worried about COVID because it's still here, obviously. But it's just that thought of last year, like, man, if I get COVID, I'm not going to be able to play this week. If he gets COVID, dang, you know, that's going to hurt the team. But just knowing that most of us are vaccinated, it's just, you know, we're worried about winning in football, you know, being a family. And that's good to see from us.
Same thing as him, you know, just to know that we have something that can protect us. Not, you know, I'm not saying that COVID, you can't be vaccinated, you won't get COVID, but just to know that we feel more comfortable going to the field, knowing that, okay, what's this week, you know, what's the depth chart going to be like this week, you know what I'm saying? I think everybody can feel more comfortable going to the season, knowing that we can just play the game, you know, no distractions, you know. I mean, it's good to know that, you know, everything's kind of getting back to normal with us having full capacity here and stuff like that. You know, I haven't seen that in a while since I've been here, but at the end of the day, like I said, we're just blessed that we could play football, you know, because like last year was uncertain we were going to play. So we're just keeping the same mindset we had last year, that we're just blessed that we get to put football down and go play, you know what I'm saying? So that's our mindset.
Jalen, what was the importance of Grant Morgan coming back for this team, and what's he like, you know, locker room?
He's a leader, you know what I'm saying? I think he was born to be a leader, you know, like every single time there's something that needs to be said, you know, it seems like he knows what to say to get us going, you know, and just to have somebody like that, not only as on the defense, but as a middle linebacker to run the defense, I mean, especially in the box, I mean, that's someone you would love to have. And just what he did last year just shows you that he's not only a great leader, but he's a great player. So, and that's him, Bumper, Hayden Henry, all those guys, linebackers that have another year come back. You know, those are key guys for our team. So I'm glad that he's back for sure because, I mean, he runs it for sure in the box. You know, if something's going wrong, he's there. And he holds everybody accountable, especially on the defense, making sure everybody's doing this, doing that, you know, right here, right there. You know, it doesn't matter what it is. He's right there to help us out. And I see the younger guys reflect off of that too. And, you know, he's just a great leader for our team.
Last one, Trey.
Yeah, Jalen, I wanted to ask you about a couple of younger safeties that look like they're going to start pushing, and Miles Slusher and Jayden Johnson. What have you seen from those guys, and are they ready?
Yeah, Slush played a little last year. I saw him play a lot for sure in the Missouri game, especially when he started and got hurt, or I was out. He's one of those guys, I think, that he has a bright future, and I think he's so flexible that he can play safety and he can also play corner. He's just so flexible in our defense. I think that's what's going to separate him from a lot of people. And Jayden Johnson is another guy. I mean, he's big and he's physical. And I can tell this spring he started getting, coming along with knowing the defense and everything and started making plays. And so I'm excited to see what he's going to do this fall camp for sure. And, I mean, if he plays the way I know he can, I mean, there's no doubt that he'll be able to get on the field and do his thing. So both of those guys are going to be key for our team this year for sure. And I'm excited to see what they're going to do.
All right, what's up? Thanks, fellas.